everyone, this is Ranger Rob and welcome to the Ranger Rob Country Living channel. Yes, it's been a busy week. We've had our daughter up here for a week and the grandson. We've been trying to get the estate sale thing going here. We still got all that set up. We still got more to pull out, a lot more to pull out. And we ended up going to sliding the main sale a week because we just haven't been able to keep up. And so we're starting to get things laid out. We're actually getting control of our garage, and that's amazing. We still get stuff in the garage here, but very overwhelming. But today I want to be a little sentimental, I guess. I have seen the best, I mean the very best of people. My daughter, my grandson were amazing. My daughter flew up here from Arizona to help her mom and dad get control of this place because they know, I think they did a lot for me because they know that I've never felt like this has been my place yet because it's just so overwhelmed with stuff that's not even in my family. And to the turning point was when I was able to start taking my boxes, my tools, and pulling them out and putting them in the places I wanted to be, where it's all cleared out and stuff. And I know you may not comprehend that as a big deal, but for me it was. And I'm so grateful for that. But I need to tell you about a couple that were over the top. And what's really cool is, you guys know, I've been talking about a Crooked River Ranch community. And if you haven't noticed on the podcast and stuff, that we've actually got this new community coming. We've got Amy and Dale and now John and Debbie, and that's who I'm talking about. John and Debbie. Now I need to tell you about these people. We've just met them and they're preaching better than we are about how important community is. I mean, it was like, why aren't you doing the podcast instead? So they came over yesterday, spent the day sorting all this stuff. And then John was really knowledgeable about identifying things I couldn't mechanically figure out what they were. And today, to go above that, and they're not doing it for money or anything, they're volunteering this. They want to help each other. And today, they volunteered. We had a big pile of garbage here, if you remember on the videos. They brought a trailer in, and we're paying for the garbage disposal and all that stuff. But I mean, if I didn't force them, they'd probably volunteer to pay for it too. It's like, no. They took a whole trailer out, which they actually got most of it out of here, and they're taking it to the dump tomorrow because it's a Sunday for us, so the dump's not open. But my point is the community awareness that John and Debbie have, and of course Amy and Dale do too, and but our community is growing, and you're invited. You are. We'd love to have you part of this, where we help each other, trade with one another, support each other's kids and families. I mean, like, this is the kind of, they've never really met Sherry's mother, and they're kind of supporting her there out of just love. And then us older folks, we love like Amy's children and my grandkid, when we can add to their mindset of different things in the world other than living in the cities and stuff, or support them on their projects, has just been, it's like being an extra grandpa for me. It's like I just extended my children to Amy's children and any other ones that come along on the ranch that want to learn about this stuff. Us old people, we love that stuff. And it's just been, it's like a big warm hug. Just a big warm hug. People at their best. And then when we finally had a chance to like sit down a little bit and talk, we took lots of breaks and stuff with Debbie and John. And then we got a little more serious about the experiences we had as adults going through life, and suddenly you find out some of those things that went through life during the last recession and stuff, they had some of the same problems. We're all sharing the same stuff, and it's nice to know that you weren't alone when things were tough. Other people have gone through it too. And I gotta tell you, community, Crooked River Ranch has the potential of self-sustaining itself when times get tough. It takes effort though. You need to work at it. You need to go visit someone's house. You need to take the step of go have lunch or dinner with them, a couple, and it's a two-way street. You just can't have people come over here and volunteer and stuff. I've got to do things too that I love to do, and you don't have to do it the same way. Some people can do things physically, others can do things in support, others can trade. Some things, people have skills and things that others don't. It all evens out, and it doesn't have to be equal. And there's money involved a lot of times with little things. I never make sure that anybody's helping me that has to take money out of their own pocket to take care of my problems. And I'm willingly and happily make sure that's covered and their gas is covered. So being community oriented, to be trading and doing and creating, learning how, sometimes we all have to relearn how to be a community player. And I'm really hoping that when you've been watching our channel, you're seeing this community, especially on the podcast, starting to grow. And there may be other people on this ranch that are doing stuff that either hasn't connected with us, or they're just like not taking that one little step. Remember what I'm telling you, is to create a community, somebody needs to step forward and get out of their comfort zone and say, I'm gonna go over to Amy's house. I'm gonna go over to John and Debbie's and see what they're doing. I'm gonna go see what Dale's doing with his homestead. And sometimes it's hard to talk, you get so caught up and busy. It's not that you don't really want to, you just gotta make the time. And you'll never regret it. And then they come over to your place, and pretty soon you got folks helping each other. For example, I know I'm just yakking here, but this is an important video about community. So now in the homestead world, some of us are connected through the pigs. Like John and Debbie have Cancun's, not Cancun's, Coonies. And my daughter's got Cancun kind of cats. That's why I can't get that one mixed up. But they want to get 2 of our pigs for feeders, which means for meat. And 2 other people want some of our pigs, but they don't have enough room on their property because they have other animals. So we're going to maintain their feeder pigs here, and they just cover the cost. And we're glad to do it because we got 2 acres of pig room to make several paddocks. And we just charge them for the cost of the pig, cost of the feed, and they'll also take care of the processing fees. Really, the only thing, I mean, I'm already going out to feed pigs. What's it going to matter if I have other people's pigs here, as long as they're covering the cost? So it's all good. And then John and Debbie once again came along, says, you know what, we can modify our property to babysit feeder pigs for people, our feeder pigs. So if you want a pig and grow it up, but you don't have the property or the space on your property, that shouldn't stop you, because John and Debbie will adopt your pig or 2 pigs, whatever you want, for feeders. But you'll be able to come over, check on your pigs, make sure you cover the costs for your pigs, and they have a place to stay, and it's in a place that's appropriate, and they're being watched every day. And we're doing the same thing here. We're going to actually, I call it adoption time. So we'll adopt feeder pigs for people that want their own pig to process. And by the way, is it cheaper than, say, Costco and stuff like that? No, probably not. It's getting closer now. But once you have processed pork that's yours and isn't stuffed with all kinds of chemicals, and none of us will use any kind of vaccines or anything that aren't appropriate for pigs, anything that keeps them healthy, but we're not, no steroids, no, if there's certain kind of vaccinations they need, because we keep our pigs so sterile away from other factories and stuff, we don't have to put all the chemicals in them. So when you're getting, if you're talking about organic in a sense, no chemicals, no weird things that they're doing, no injections, we will deworm our pigs and things like that, all the appropriate stuff, and we give them minerals and stuff to keep them healthy and making sure they get all the things they need to be the strong and healthy pigs. It might cost you 50 or $50 cents to $1 more a pound, but you will get, once you've had the pork, you'll be amazed. And it's the same thing with chicken and stuff like that, or lamb and all those places. You'll never want to go back. So anyway, this community is growing where now we're helping each other, and we're creating a community that will help you. So maybe you want some of this fresh meat, maybe you want a pig of your own. Now you have a way to go, but we don't have the room, we don't have the facilities to have a pig, but I'd love to have one. Not a good excuse at all. You just talk to me, or you talk to John and Debbie, and come up with some terms that work good for all of you. Make sure if you're going to make that kind of a commitment, that you don't make John and Debbie beg for payments to take care of the feed or all that stuff. Just be willing to make sure the price is covered. Don't take advantage of them, nor me, or anybody else that does some kind of co-op with you. Be a good citizen, basically, and the world will open up for everyone to be more self-reliant, more friends, more good, if you have children, more chances to meet like-minded children and like-minded parents. It just makes you smile. So yeah, it's kind of a serious video. Yeah, maybe I sound like I'm ranting or something, but I've been overwhelmed with love, faith, overabundance. The abundance lately is so faith-based because of the positivity of community and of course faith. So guys, I'm sure this is a long enough video of me going blah 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 blah, but I'm gonna also try a new thing where I'm gonna put a sprinkler out by the piggies, and I'm on my way out there to do that now, to see if I can keep the ground a little more moist, to keep the dust down for the babies, and it'll keep everybody cooler. So I need to experiment with that a little bit, and I want to film that because I'm gonna change it up a lot. Until I figure it out, I'll tell you more about it on a different video. But don't forget to watch our podcast, people. You'll love the conversations. So anyway, guys, please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. We'd really appreciate it. And join our community. And if you'd like to be on our podcast, just let me know. And if you'd like to come over for a tour and see my homestead and John's homestead and Amy's homestead, they have red carpets for all of you. Just be reasonable and make sure you give them a heads up. So because all of us have chores, and so we'll set aside time for you, because we want to show you this world, and we want to show your children this world. And you have relatives and stuff that have never seen this kind of stuff, we want to show it to them, and we'll do it in a nice, cautious, practical way that they can be exposed to the real world. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and in the comments below, say hello, give us your ideas and opinions, ask us questions. Maybe you want to know, how can I get a hold of you guys so I could be on the podcast? How can I get a hold of you guys to tell you about what we're doing? Because just because we got a certain way of doing things, that you may be doing something better than us, we want to share that with everyone. And teach us some stuff, and we'll teach you some stuff. And it's all good, guys. So once again, thanks, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Our videos are made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available at Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.